Yeah,
No,
so
I don't
in
think
case
I'm not being a pessimist about
in
Chelsea.
case you missed the story, Chelsea beat Servette last night 2-0. They're in the box seat to go through in the Conference League. But there was booing at half-time from some of the fans when it was still 0-0 and they were making very heavy weather against a pretty average team. And it just struck me. I mean, look, I know you've got a thing about Maresca being a bit of a yes man and just covering their backs, but I do feel for him a bit because they've put him completely on offer. I mean, talk about no honeymoon period.
But that's their style. These sporting directors, that's what they do.
But why do you want to make your manager's job so much more difficult?
Because it covers up your mistakes. That's
but you're just going to be going through manager after manager.
Well, they don't care. As long as those two aren't the two that get the sack, they don't care. Those two should be sacked. They should. I think this is the worst recruitment I've ever seen in my life. I think he made the classic manager's mistake of making too many changes. But then he said, "Oh, it was an improvement." Well, it wasn't an improvement on last season, mate. Yeah. It really wasn't. And he says, "Oh, Sterling's not my kind of winger," because he has to say these things. You think, well, is Mudryk your kind of winger, mate? Because he's absolutely useless.
You saw what he said about Mudryk. He didn't. He said about Mudryk.
Absolutely.
He said basically he's massively inconsistent.
He's getting
inconsistency
worse.
is
Just
frustrating.
getting worse.
You never know
worse.
what you're going to get.
His decision making is appalling. There was one moment though where he nutmegged a guy brilliantly, and Dewsbury Hall was in front of him, and he just had to slip him in. He was right in the area, right on goal. Yeah. He just kicked it out. You go, oh come on, mate.
He's also got a touch of the Traores, whereas sometimes he just doesn't slow down enough when he plays the pass, does he? When you look at him, it's all about 100 mile an hour.
But honestly, if this works, I'll be absolutely amazed. I mean, they spent 1.2 billion, and their starting striker was a £6 million kid from Barca's youth scheme.
That was some miss. If people haven't seen it,
I feel sorry for him. He should be playing youth football.
Yeah.
It's absolutely.
Do you hear what
ridiculous.
Maresca had to say? Because you need to turn your accordion off, Andy. I mean, I always love to hear you play the accordion. You just play that same riff though constantly. It's the only thing you can play on the accordion. If you can only play one thing on a musical instrument, we'd love to know what it was. But it's Andy's mobile phone. He never turns it off. Just 25 years.
I never turn it on again.
Let's hear from Enzo Maresca. Then talking about Mykhailo Mudryk.
He has to understand that we're going to bring him the ball there in the last third, and when he's there, taking the right decision, because for me, most of the mistake from Misha, it's not about quality or technical mistake, it's about the choice. Sometimes he has to play, and he try to do something different, and we lose the ball. Sometimes he has to go 1v1, and it's about decision making, but hopefully we can help him, and he can improve that.
You won't be able to help him because he hasn't got a brain. It's quite simple.
A bit harsh.
Well, it's true. I mean, the bloke makes the worst decisions you've ever seen in your life. Honestly, there must be a team in the Conference South that would take him, surely.
I think Torquay'll have him.
Oh, really,
I'll ask Charlie when I see him.
Look, I mean, they've just made this team. They had a world-class manager. They got rid of him or forced him out, whatever. He left, whatever. And the players they've replaced are not as good as the players. The players they brought in are not as good as the players they've replaced. That is absolutely clear as day. I mean, Badashir, he treats the ball like a hand grenade. I've never seen anything like it. He scored a fantastic own goal. But, I mean, it's just ludicrous. I mean, it's so weird what they've done.
What do you think of Adarabioyo? What did you make of him?
He's all right.
He's a good player. I think once he gets going.
It's just they look like 11 players who've never met each other.
Right. Well, not far
off it, is it? And I just honestly, I don't understand what they did. They could have just carried on with the momentum they had from last season, but they seem intent on blowing it up every year.
You're going to get through.
It's going to be like the season under Potter. It's going to be that sort of season where they, just about scrape.
Well, we want to get the listeners involved.
Up.
Christopher Nkunku scored a goal, and for some reason, then blew up a balloon.
That's his thing. He does.
He does that?
Yeah, it's his
I've
thing.
not seen it. How many goals has he scored? Does he do it every time he scores?
I believe so. Yeah.
Is it always that same shade of blue, the Chelsea blue, that he blows up?
I'm not a great student of his balloon blow. He's scored that many.
He's your striker.
He's not a striker, is he?
Well, you know what I mean. He's there to score goals.
The thing is, there was a moment last night where he did some good work. Nkunku, it was a lovely run. He put the ball to Neto, and then he went for the return, and he was unmarked in the area. And Neto took a shot straight at the keeper, and you think, come on.
Paul Hawksby and Andy Jacobs, Monday to Friday afternoons, 1 till 4. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.